Okay, hello guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to a freestyle tutorial. Yeah, so just like the name, it's gonna be purely freestyling, right? Happy weekend. I hope you guys are doing really fine, and you're preparing very well for our very first FlutterFlow competition. So let me just try to drop it again on the group to see if we can have more people join. It would make a whole lot of sense. So I am actually very excited about the project that we are working on. That's the Talcon project. Yeah, so join now. We are live. Okay, so I'm actually very excited about the Flutter project, the Talcon project, right? So yeah, the reason why I'm so excited about it is because this is the platform that is going to help you guys get connected to you know, get connected to opportunities, job opportunities, right? Yeah, so I'm actually very big on marketing. Yeah, I'm very big on marketing. I like selling. I actually like selling more than I like building. Yeah, I like selling more than I like building applications with FlutterFlow. Yeah, so and very soon we're going to have a product that is going to help us sell your services to clients that need your services, and that's one of the reason that you should like be super active and engage in this training exercise, right? So the Talcon product will not just help you get connected to uh, small and mid-sized business owners who are looking for your professional services, uh, not excluding other services, well, including everything, including the mobile app development, graphic design, digital marketing, data analytics, everything, right? So businesses that need these services can actually come on Talcon to hire you for those services, right? And then also on the platform, if at all you're excited, like myself, I'm always excited to meet startup founders and guys that are building the next revolutionary technologies, right? I'm always excited to meet them and even collaborate with them on different projects. So if at all you're excited, just like me, okay, so you will be able to find early stage African startup founders. You will also be able to find other founders in different, continents, Asia, Europe, Africa, everywhere else. Okay, so you'll be able to find, different early stage startup founders that you can join their startup as a co-founder, right? So, and then if at all you are a startup founder, you can of course can find top talents that can join your business as a co-founder. You guys can just bootstrap your business and build up, right? So I'm actually very fortunate that I use the system that we will be using in Talcon to get myself a co-founder, right? So I have a co-founder in Nigeria. I also have a co-founder here in Russia. Okay, so it's really cool what we're building, and we're really excited about the consequences of Talcon, yeah, because it's going to be revolutionary. The technology is going to really help a lot of early stage startup founders like myself, right? So I'm still very early, right? And then existing business owners too. So now that's like an intro of the project that we have been building, and so far we have gone far. What we're going to be designing today is basically wireframe, right? So you have wireframe. From wireframe you have low fidelity, then from low fidelity you have high fidelity. So these are like the terminologies used by product designers. So wireframe is just like the sketch of how the thing would look like the skeleton. Then from there we add the flesh. Not the flesh. The flesh is not low fidelity. I don't know what I could call the low fidelity. I have no idea. So, but you now add some extra things on it, and then it looks better and better. And then from there you have something even way more unique. Okay, so this is 5 minutes. We should start. Let me put it on my starters so we can have more people joining. Okay. All right. So I'm actually very excited that you guys are very uh, very, very focused on this project, right? I have seen lots of committed people, and it actually, for me, it's a huge encouragement. It makes me excited about the work that I'm doing here. Yeah, I think in yesterday's class, I was partly sleeping. Really. I later on watched the video and I was like, whoa, what was going on here? I was so exhausted, but I still needed to do what I was doing. And I think that's where passion comes into play, right? Yeah. So Joy, it's good to see you as usual. Jay, welcome. Desu Joba, welcome. So I think Desu Joba, you and myself, we're going to I think, well, not like you and me. Well, we could do the labs. You had an issue, right? So we could just like try to look at it maybe at the end of this lesson. Yeah, we can just check it out all together, all of us here as well. And who else? Adebayo, nice to have you here. Okay, and everyone else that has joined who has not dropped a comment. Yeah, so uh let's start. Okay, so where are we going to start? We're going to start with, and then moreover, I found a way to not have my system hanging because I was thinking that it was because of excessive screens, but I think my system was just overloaded. Yeah, I think my system was overloaded. I had lots of tabs opened, and I had lots of tabs open. I had lots of windows of the browser, of the Chrome browser opened. I had some application running in the background. And although my system is 16 gig RAM and the processing speed is really fast and it's Core i7, it was still slow on FlutterFlow, right? But I think what I did was I decided to restart my system. And when I restarted it, everything started moving a bit faster, which is really good. Okay, so, all right. Let's see how we can move up to speed. So this is Talcon, and I've done a lot of screens here. I think this is one of the biggest projects that I I will be working on so far. Right, so it has lots of screens. It has lots of screens. Has lots of components. It has lots of like it has lots of everything. Yeah, it's really large. And messages. Okay, this one there's nothing there. Talent profile, startup problem solution. It has a lot of like a lot of paths. Like, so I just needed you guys to like maybe watch me design, and as I'm designing, of course, I will be explaining what is going on in my mind, right? How I'm trying to interpret the UI design that the product designer in the Talcon team did. Yeah. So yeah. So these are like the designs. They're all in wireframe modes, but one of the things that you can learn is you can learn how to implement some of the things here, and of course you feel happy and feel really excited. So you feel really excited. It's just cool, right? So yeah, so I will just take you guys through the entire process, and I just wanted to go through everything so you can see it as well. Talent. Okay, so I think now it's slow a bit. At some point, I might just need to. Okay, this is not part of my design. I came here to check out some things, how to implement my carousel a little bit better, right? So because sometimes the way I learn, instead of going to, especially for UI designs, instead of going to YouTube or go to FlutterFlow YouTube channel to check out how to do a particular thing, right? I can just go ahead and check an existing template and then study it to see how they achieved what they achieved, right? So that's it. So now I will be starting. Let me change these things. Let me change the orientation. I'm used to this one being here and then used to this one being here. So this is the part I want us to work on. And okay, so sometimes really, I just saw something that I will have to manipulate a little bit around. Yeah, like what we have here, I might not be able to put these exactly here. So at some point, you might change your product designer's design a little bit. Okay, so depending on how well you know how to use the tools. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys are having fun already. Let's see how we can do it. And this is purely freestyling, right? I hope you get to learn a lot too. Let's do it. So to start the project, I am going to, I did say it's beginner friendly. Yeah, at some point I will explain some things just to help beginners. So, but to create your project, so you just click here, like create a file, a new screen. What I normally do is I come to the top here, right? So, and then copy the name. But I just discovered that this name here already exists in my design. So I will not call it home because I already have a home, right? Yes, I will call it home talents. So I will even rename it here, home talents. All right, so yeah, so I'll click here, copy the name, go here to FlutterFlow, click on create blank, paste it and create it. So then take this off. I want to start with a blank page, and this is it. Okay, so I'll push this away here, and let's quickly do it. So here, what I'm gonna do first is this is a row, so I will just put up a row here, and then in this row, right? I think this is a column, right? This is a column. It's stacked on top of themselves. So one long row, and then inside that row a column, right? And then another. Okay, how can I do it? What's the best way to do it is without having to make these two columns. Whole are this. Okay, I'm thinking about how to best do this because, well, this looks like another row under this, right? So, but there's this big thing. Okay, let's see how we can implement it as maybe two different rows. So one row, then another one. Because if we put columns here to complicate the whole thing. So let's say, come here, add a child to widgets on the column. Add a child to widget. We're adding a row. I come here, I will click on the elements here and check here. The height is around 42 rather. So 42 pixels. Then I click on here and add 42 as the top padding. And then inside this row now, I will add a text. And then I'll come here and I'll copy everything here, including the emoji. So, okay, I might not. Okay, so emoji. I don't know if I can copy that, but let's copy it first and see. So here, let me see if I put an emoji there, will it work? It doesn't work. So, all right, what I'm gonna do now is, and this was not separate. This was, this is not, so let's come here to flat icon. I don't know if I can get an emoji from flat icon. Waving hand. So waving hand. Waving hand is, it's an icon. Okay, so nice. So I think this is it. It looks like it, right? Yeah, something like that. So I can pick this. Is there any other one that looks a little bit cooler? All right, so I don't like wasting time on getting components. So I just use them later on. Maybe when trying to go through the project, you can like rename it, like you can rework on it. So here is going to be, I will delete this text widget out, and then rather I will add an image. And then from the dimension of this thing, it's like 16. So I will say this image is going to be 16 by 16. That's the waving hand. All right. So, okay. Yeah. So, and I will just change from network to assets, upload the assets, go to downloads, upload this waving hand guy, and voila, we have a waving hand inside. Okay, so I'll add some padding to it and say 16. Okay, so I have something there. I can always change it later if I don't like that particular one. So I'll click on add a checks, add a child to these widgets, text, come back here, and just copy the name here. All right, the font size is 14. So, and I know the font, the type of font already, so I paste it here. And then Okay, now there's something I need you to observe, right? There's Hola Olamide here, right? So that simply means that this Olamide as a name will have to come from the database. The Hola will not come from database. Okay, so what we need to do now is just remove this Olamide part. Okay, and then duplicate this text. All right, and then paste, come back and copy the Olamide name. The reason is because when you are getting it from the database, you can't join them like that. Okay, so and then moreover this is bold and the other one, okay, both of them were bold, so we can just, but normally I think it should be just one that is bold, but according to my designer, so I think it should be like that. So I'll come here to change the font family to source, source sans pro. All right, then change these to 14 and change the font weight to bold. Okay, so I have it like this. Let me close this. All right, so this I can give it a padding of 8, just slightly away from it. A 4 would have made sense. So, and then let's, of course, give it a different font family. So send. There's a way to set an integral font for your entire project. I don't know why I've been lazy to set it up. Okay, so come here to normal and then bold. Okay, so I have that. The next thing I need to do is, now there's something going on here, right? There's a way it's been done. It looks like this is not on the same line as this, but I'm gonna make an assumption that they're on the same line. So I need this circle, this black dot. It's 10 by 10. So that's going to come from a container. So I click there, add a container, give the container a size of 10 pixel by 10 pixel, and click here to turn it into a circular shape. And then click here to give the color black and use color. Okay, and it works like that for me. Don't worry, we will shift it away a bit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the online beside it. So we're going to have click here to add a text widget, and then I just want to copy everything. So here it's 12 and it's regular. So paste it here. Click on font family. Source Sans Pro, and then change this font size to 12. And normal can be normal, it can be light. I think normal is okay. Then let me click on the, all right, let me just put everything, then I'll arrange them. Then we have a search button here. Let me zoom in so you can see. There's a white circle here. Then inside the circle there's an icon. So let me click to see the size of the circle. So it's 40 by 40. So I click on the row, click on this, click on container, and change the width to 40, the height to 40, and turn it into a circle. I'll give it some color I can see, maybe something like this. All right, so I can see that one because the background is not purely white. So let's say this one. I can see this one now, and it's a little bit whitish. Okay, so inside this container, then I can click on this and then add an icon widget. And the icon widget says what? It says hand lens, so search. So we come here, we say search, and then I'll pick this one, and I think it's just okay. All right, so we have this. The next thing is this bell, and so I think we can just click on this and export. So guys, what I just wanted to do is just learn, like watch it. I'll be doing lots of repetitive tasks here. I'll be doing the same thing over and over again, but in different ways. So you will somehow be able to get it registered in your memory. When you're working on your project, you will just figure it out. That's how the human brain works. So you might not be practicing this in real time, but if at all you want, sure, no problem. So export to Bell. Then there's a shape behind this, which is 40 as well. So I'll come back here and click on this. What I could just easily do is duplicate this entire container. Okay, so click on the container, duplicate it, and then click on the icon, click I want to turn that icon. I don't want it to be an icon, I want it to be an image so I can get the exact icon I want to use. So I click on the container now and bring in an image. The image is going to be, let's go back. The icon should be 20 by 20. So the image should be 20 by 20. So now this image is the image I'm going to use in bringing in the bell icon. Right? So this image is on top of the container, which I have already done. So I'll click here to change the network type from network to asset. Then go here and then bring in the bell. And then wait for a couple of seconds. Now it covers it like this because we need this image to be in a row. So wrap it around a row, okay? Either a row or a column. And after that, center align it, and there you go. You have something you needed. And then here in the container part, I am going to just start making some assumptions because I can't really tell what distance is from here to here. So I will say, give me 80. All right. So 80 works. Then the other one, maybe 30. This container, the padding on the left hand side, let's say 30. Okay, and then this one too. Let's click here. Let's see how it looks like here, and say 20. 20. Okay, so it works, I think. Okay, so this circle is a little bit away from the text, so we say 16. Too much. Say 8 or 4, just slightly. Okay, so we have this now. I can close this. All right, so we have something like this, and it looks very close to what we've done here. Next thing we need to do is let's click the column again and then add a row. The row is what we're going to use in adding this particular part, and see if we can get something close to. It might not be so close, but we will try. So here I added the row. I click on this to add a text, and then here I'm gonna just come here and copy the text. Text is 12. Okay, so I just add it here at once. Okay, this is a bit fast, but I just wanted to like watch and learn, right? So, and then here I change it to 12. That's a font size to 12. Font family, source sans pro. Okay, I think this is the last time I'm doing this. Let me go see if there's a way I can change it. Source sans pro. Okay, so what else do I do? Then give it some padding on the left. Here, say 16. So guys, I think I'm very close to getting this, and I think it's almost correct, right? Almost correct. So I think it's okay. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is this other part, but before then, let's go do that setting thing. So I come here, come to app assets, app details. Where is it? Where is it? Nav bar, and okay, let's say team. All right, so this is a team, and custom colors, typography. Okay, so I am gonna change. You can set the font size for each platform screen that your styles are responsive. So I don't know. I haven't tried this before, but I have a feeling I should just try it. Click here to change from Poppins to Source Sans Pro. Okay, so this makes it the default font. So I don't need to be going to again change the font again. So here I'll change it to Source Sans again, because in the design we've been using Source Sans. So with this now I can reduce my design time, right? I don't have to be changing the font's style, right? So I think anytime I bring in a text, the default style should be Source Sans Pro. Let's see, I haven't tried that before, but I saw it somewhere. I think it on FlutterFlow tutorial or something. So here I will introduce this. This is a card. The card is 388 by 176 pixel. So I'll click on this and include a card container. That's what I mean. 376 by what? By 388 by 176. I mix it up. 388 by 176. Okay, so it has some what is it called? A scroll up. It has some border radius of 16. So I'll put 16 here, and the border radius panel. Then it has some fill color. I'll give it this one. I think it will work. It doesn't work. I can't really see that one. Let's give it this one. And I can see this one, but it's not really that obvious. So let's give it, this one is too dark. So, all right, something like this is okay. So give it some space on the top. That's padding. I give it 16. It might need more than that. I think it might need 24. And okay, so I add this, and then all right. So there are some things that I need to do now. There's this line here, and then there's this other one here, and then there's this crazy cool stuff. So now if you watch me do this, there's a huge possibility that you'll learn a whole lot just from me designing this small place. So how can we go about fixing this? So we have this is a huge rectangle, a container. We'll fix that. And then I know everything here is a row, like everything first is inside a row because it has to move from left to right. And then we now have a part where we have a column. So we have a column here. So the very first column is this one and this one. And then there's a second column that is the whole of this. Okay. Then there's another column here. So let's make a long row first. Then from there, we now put columns inside it. So column 1, column 2, and column 3. All right, guys, let's do it. So click on container and then go to a row first. It's inside a row. Inside the row, we're going to have a column. All right. And then in that column, we have the first part here is we have, okay, now this is a column. This is, okay, guys. So now let's observe, please. Let's observe something, please. Okay, so we have one long row, okay? And then we have a column. I was saying column 1, column 2, but I think we're wrong. So we have one long row, right? And then we have a column here, all right? Inside the column is a row. And inside that row is another column and then another column. Okay, let me say it again. Now, this is a long row, all right? Inside this row is a huge column because things are moving from top to bottom here, right? And then inside that column is a row because it has to contain this element and this element. And inside that row, there's now a column because things are being stacked. Okay, so now let's do it so you can see what I'm talking about. So we do a column first. So we did a row first, right? Inside the row is a column. And then inside that column is a row. Okay. And inside that row now is going to be another column to cater for these that is standing. Okay, so we're going to add, these are like very critical for, and this is where logic just comes inside. So we did row, then we now do one column. Okay, so this is a column now, and then let me put one element so you can see what's happening there. So I don't know, we can call it, we can just bring in this thing. Let me zoom in so you can see. This is a line. Okay, so it's a line. I can't seem to click it. It's so tiny that I can't click it. Okay, I can't seem to click that line because I wanted to like get it and then use it somewhere. But another way around this is I'm going to assume that that thing is 1 pixel. I don't know the height, but here it says here from the height of this entire rectangle, it says here 46. All right, so I'm going to introduce a container inside there. That's what I'm going to use in making that slim, tall rectangle. So I'll come here and say 46 as the height. And then width is going to be, let's say 2 pixels. All right, yes, 2 pixels. Then the fill color is going to be my dark here, right? So like that, I have something like this. Now let's look at it. So we have this long space between them, and this is definitely way more than 16. So we're gonna say 24. So add here 24. All right, so we now have this long line here. You see, I have a long line there, and then I'll give it some. Okay, no, I'll use the row to give it some padding from the top. So I'll say 16. All right, guys. So we have this long line. Then I'll click on the container, and what I'll do now is this was the column, right? This was the column. Now this is a column that contains just that rectangle. We don't need it again now. And then this row contained it. Okay, so this is the column that is supposed to contain another row. So we click here to add another row. Okay, just, oh, sorry guys, not a row. We are adding a column. So we click on the column here. No. We click on the row, the long, hold on guys, I've mixed things up. So here is the big container, right? Inside the container is a row, okay? And then inside the row is a column. All right, so this is the column. Inside this row is this column. So I just need to introduce another column here. So I'll click on here and add another column. Yes, exactly. Now we're correct. Now inside that column, I need to go ahead and then add a row. All right. Yes. Click on this to add a row. Okay. And inside the row, I need to add a text. Okay. So guys, so click here to add a text here. All right. Okay, so now this is our text. I'll just click to copy the text. It says compliance with requirements. Font size is 12. So I will check this out. I don't know. I think it is. I think this font should be Source Sans Pro. Let me see. Don't know if it is Source Sans Pro. Let me say Control Z. It is Control. Yes, it is. So by default now, all my fonts are Source Sans Pros. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So now I have these, and then it is 12, right? Yes, it is 12. Okay. Then all right. So now let's see. This is the column, right? That all of this stuff is inside. So I'll just give it a padding from the top, say 16, so it can start from where this is starting from. And observe there's some space here. I will assume that that space is 16 as well. And okay, it's good. So we have this compliance with requirement. Then we need now this is where you get to start learning some cool stuff. This is a progress bar, right? It's not just a design, it is something that you can get from a database. Okay, so how do we do that? First of all, let's find a way and pick the row that the first text is inside, and then we're going to duplicate that row. All right, so I say Control D. Okay, so I've duplicated that row, and instead of putting a text, I'm going to be putting okay, let me just duplicate it again one more time. Do I need to? I'm going to do some altering here in this design, because so far this 100%, all right, it should be like as a result of this progress bar. That means this thing should actually reach this place for it to be 100%. And this is not just a text. Wait, is it just a text? Can I get it out like that? I'm thinking about, when you're designing, you're also thinking about implementation. Okay, so let me show you guys something first. But before I show you, let me just duplicate this row for future sake. So I'll duplicate it one more time. So the second row here is what I'm going to use for, so I'll use for the progress bar. So now in this row now, I'll click on it to add something called progress bar. So FlutterFlow has something called progress bar. So I click on this. It's going to show me this radial one first, circular. So I just have to come here and change it to linear. And now it looks like that. Okay, so I'll click here to see the size of this thing. So the height is 4. All right, so the height is 4. So you see here, it says thickness. So thickness is what the height is. And then here you have, there's a length. This thing has a length, 155 pixels. So I will come here and give it a width. It says here width, so 155. Okay. All right. Then it says, let's just change this to 0.9. All right. So if you say 100%, it fill up the whole thing. Then it has something it calls end radius. This is like the radius, the inner, the, how do I call it? The radius, what makes these edges bend or curve a little bit, curving radius. So here it says 24. So I'll just put it here 24. All right, then it has something else. It needs it calls it progress. Is a progress color. So let's see, it's a gray here. I don't really know what that color is. I'll click here and then give it this one. All right, then it has something called background color. So if it's not, the background color here should be something a little bit lighter. So maybe I'll go for these, right? Can it work? All right, so it's not really showing the way I wanted to show. Let's get something a bit darker. So let's use this one. All right, guys. So yeah, it looks like it now. So now this is what I got. I wish I could zoom this so you can see it clearly, but this guy's don't allow me to zoom. Okay, so I click on this row and let me click on this one. I'm gonna add some padding on the top. I think we can use our padding like 16, right? So I say 16. Too much. Let's say 8. All right, guys, that's perfect. Then let's go to the next row. So this is where I'm supposed to have that text that says 100%. So let's just put it. But 100, let's say percent. Okay. Let's just put it and then click on the column itself and then push it to this alignment. So we have something like this. This is really cool. But guys, this is gray, not black. So let's come back to this container. Click to open it. Click to open the row. Click to open the column. And get the container. Change it to this one. Okay. So, all right. So we have these like this. It's okay. I think I can use it like this for now. I will figure out how to implement it later. So we have this. Okay, so let's say, what do we say? Let's say click on this column. Oh, that's not even the real column. Let's click on this column. All right, this is the real column. Is it the real column? I'm looking for the column that has the, so I think I might need to open this row. Okay, it is this particular row that I gave it 16. So let's give this guy 24. All right, so okay, so I think it's okay. Oh, let's just say Control Z. That's okay, man. 24. Then this one, say 24. I hope you're figuring it out with me. Then this is it. So with this now, I have this is a big row. Let's go back to the main row that contains this stuff now. So let's see. This is the column. I'm just gonna close. This is a complex design here, so you need to be careful. So this is a column here. Okay, so this is the column, and what I need to do is, hold on, let me see something here. So we have, I need to just duplicate this, guys. So let's say we have this. This is a row. Okay, so this column here and this guy. Okay, so this is a column, and this this row, big row, there's a column, and then there's a column here, this one. So like this one now. Okay, hold on, I want to figure out what I could do inside this. So those rows are what I just need to duplicate inside this column. So here I am going to duplicate these 3 rows. and then rearrange them. Okay, so I will start with the very first one here. Yes, so I'll start with this row. I'll duplicate it, Control D, so it's duplicated, right? And then I'll go ahead and then duplicate another one. Where is it? Okay, so I think I'll duplicate and arrange them simultaneously. So this is it. This is row, and I'm picking it down to the bottom here. Okay, done. Okay, so let's see. Are we still good? Yes, we're still good. Okay, so we're good here. Then that's for the first part, and let's give it some padding on top, and say let's give these 24. Yeah, something like that. It's much. Okay. We have to remember what we did. So we did 24. So we have to do 24 too for this other guy, just so that everything can be good. Okay. Implementation here is a bit complex. That's basically why I wanted you guys to watch me. So then what I need to do here is I have to duplicate the other part and not this one. Let's go with this one, right? So Control D, I duplicate it, right? So uh, then let's close this first, click on this, scroll down, push it downwards until it shows purple. That's when you release it. Okay, so then the last one here is the row here, and then I will Control D to duplicate it, and then scroll down and then push it down to the end. Wait until it shows purple, you drop it. Okay, so guys, that's it. We have a duplicated design. So here, let's go back to the column part. This is where we're going to go and duplicate the other one. And don't forget we use 24 as padding from top to that point where we have that. So we click here, and then we go to the, this is the column that has a row. Okay, I think we did make some blunders. Why did we have to do that? Okay, I think we did make some blunders somewhere. So let's say this is a row. If I duplicate this now, it's gonna be in a row, so I don't need it. Okay, so I need to just duplicate this and say Control D. Yeah, that's it, guys. Got what I wanted. All right, so this is it. All right, so we have done this first part. You see how difficult that place was to achieve. Let's achieve this other one now quickly. Now, don't forget that we divided this entire row into columns, right? So this is the first long column. So let's come here to that. Let's close everything and see the complete arrangement. So I'll close this, close this as well. Okay, so now we have, now look at the arrangement. So we had a big container, and then in the big container we had a row, right? And then in that row we now had columns. This is column 1 for that long rectangle, then column 2 for the next set of things. So we need to just go ahead and click on this row now and add another column, so for the third thing, so it appears in the other side, and then we can go ahead and then add what we have here. So what is this? This is a progress bar as well. So we scroll down, click on it, and then add a progress bar. So we click on this, it puts up the big circle. Don't worry, we will see what we can do here. So this is 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so let's see. And then I think the thickness for this thing is, I can't really tell the thickness. I can't tell, so I will just use my eyes, right? So the diameter here, diameter is the width, total length. So thickness here, I'll say 16. Still so big. Let's say 8. Okay. No, it's bigger than 8. So let's say 10. Okay, so let's use like this. Then the where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We have something called, where is that? This is thickness, diameter, circular. All right, let's start with the angle, right? Let's start with this angle. Okay, let's put these first. This is going to be 4.5 over 5, right? So that's like that first. Then you can increase. Of course, if you check it out here, it's really big. So you click here to check out the font size. It's 20 and it's bold. So you scroll down. Every single thing has properties here. So 20 and it's bold. Don't worry about the fonts. Everything here should be Source Sans Pro. Then what we need to do now is diameter is let's start with the start angle. So what's start angle? So let's just play around with it. Sometimes you don't know what it is, so you just say 45. You say, oh, that's what it does. And you say 90. Wow, I didn't know that. Then you say 180. Ooh, nice. Then I say 270. I'm basically just increasing them by 90. Like, okay, this might be what I want. Then now we need to go ahead and increase diameter. Okay, not diameter. Let's increase this to uh, let's say 9. Great, guys, great, just great. So diameter, this is like the, let's see, what does this do? It makes it so bigger, like diameter for real. Okay, so we leave that as what it was. Then let's walk around this our angle. Let's take it back to 180. Aha, it's not closer to something like this. Let's well, we don't necessarily need to get exactly the way it is. So I think we could leave it here, but now there's something we need to get, which I haven't seen here. It is that the edges, the curve. I can't find it here. Why? Where did it go to? I'm supposed to have some other thing. Okay, maybe we don't have it here. It's supposed to be there, something that can help me curve this. Progress color, so it's black. Let's change it to black. And then background color, let's change it to this one. Okay, so haven't just seen the other thing that's supposed to help me smoothen the curve here. So I won't waste time on that. So I'll come to the main column itself and give it some spacing and say, so here I'm gonna say 50. Here I'm gonna say 16. Can work because the other ones are like 24. Okay, all right, guys. So we have something like this. And the next thing I just need to do is this thing. I might not be able to achieve this because, how do I put it? I might not be able to achieve this exactly the way it is. So what I would rather do is, what I would do here is, okay, that's going to take a long time to even achieve. So I'm going to skip that now. I will implement it later. I did something similar on that, but it was on a different design. But let's learn something else. I will just go ahead and find a way to put, I think I can do it now. Let's do it now. The column, let's put, this is a column, right? So I can put this progress bar. It's, it's a column. So if I add something on it, it will just go down. So let's add a button. So a button goes below. And then here I will just, let's look at it. That's the highest I can do. So it's 98 by 30. So scroll down here. I hope you guys are learning some things here. So 98 by 30. And then the border radius is 24. So I can scroll down, change this to 24. Okay, then it's like almost white. So I will click here to change the fill color to something like this. Yeah, something like that. Then it has text is gray. So I give it this one. Okay, so then what's the content of the text? I like just copying things really. So say paste, and then font size is 10. Yeah, so I change the font size to 10. Then I will come here to I need to add an icon to that. So yeah, it's a button. So now the thing is this, right? Okay, so I don't think I will use this anymore because I want to achieve, at least if I can't achieve everything, let me achieve something close to it, right? So let's not use a button, guys. Let's use a container so that we can add that image. I might not be able to find that container, that exact icon, but I want to get that. I want to use that exact icon. So let's go to what do we do? Let's go to we need a container, so we put a container there. It was 98 by 30, so 98 by 30. I think it was 24. Was it 16? I think 24. Correct. So font size. Okay, so it's perfect. Then here inside this container, I can add. I'm gonna add an icon. I'm gonna add a row inside the container. It's gonna be a row, right? And then inside that row is going to be an image. And then inside the image size is going to be, I think it should just be 14 by 14. So that's 14 by 14. And come here and export this thing. Export it out, come here and change from network to assets, upload image. All right, guys, so we are the main G's. We're doing fine. And then we will click on the row, click on add a child to widget, add a text. And then the text says top 200. It's bold and it's font size 10. So font size 10. The contents top 200 and it's bold. Ladies and gentlemen, let's change the text color to this one. And that's it. So let's go to the row and center align everything. All right, guys, so we have these. Now, it is not what we wanted, all right? But I'm going to try something I've never tried before. Can I do a negative score to a padding? Will it work? So this is a container, right? I can give it a padding, a positive padding, and say go maybe if I want to say at the top padding, I can say 16, right? So guys, can we try minus 16? No, we cannot try minus 16. Negative padding doesn't work. Okay, so that doesn't work. But why? It says, is there a way to reverse the? So these are things that I think FlutterFlow should work on. There's nothing like that. There's nothing I can do around it. Implicit animated. Yo, nothing like reverse padding. Nah, nothing like that. This is for resetting alignment. So this is all I can do, and I don't like it. Well, it's because okay. So what I can do now is click on the column itself, change this from 24 to 16 or to 8. Yeah. Okay, so then I have these. Okay, so I have these. So let's see how I can just quickly now I need to give it some spacing, just like this. No, not I'm not. I want to give the container spacing above, let's say 8. All right, so something like this. Okay, so now it looks like it gradually. What did they write here? So there's something here that says CVS score. So this is a row and it has a black dot here. So guys, what do we do? From what I have seen, what I can do now is I'll try to reduce this radius of this circle, of this progress bar, from 120 to, let me see, let me click on this and say, okay, see, it's 104, right? It's basically 104. So let's reduce it to 104. I was wondering why I don't have things inside. Better. So I have it like this now. So I can now go ahead and add the column, click on this row, and just add a row inside. Is it? No, I'm adding a row in the container. So add a, wait a minute. This is the container. And this is the row. This is the container. This is the column. Aha. So this is the column, right? So open the column and add something. Just add what you want to add. So I want to add a row. And then the row I'm adding is going to contain these tiny dots here. I don't know what the size is, and okay, it's 4 pixel by 4. So I'm going to add a container. The container size is 4 pixel by 4 pixel, and it's circular, and it is grayish. I think black. Was it black? I think black. Okay, so guys, we have that. And then, oh, it's grayish actually. So let's use this one. Then there's a text. Okay, so click on this. And then click on this, add the text. The text is the CVS score. And that's 12. Okay, so we have this here. And font size is 12. Okay, so all right, guys, I think we are good to go. Let's see, click on this and click on this, give some padding on the top, say 8. No, say 4, guys, 4. Okay. All right, then I think I'll just click on this a little bit and give it some padding on the left, just 4. All right, so I think it's close to what we're trying to achieve here. I will definitely figure out how to achieve this, but I knew I was going to have issues achieving that place. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So this is going to be a row, right? So this is quite simple. I like it. I like it already. So I click on the column, click on this, add a row, and in the row we have a text. And that text, I had copied it already. And the font size is 24 and it's bold. So 24, it's bold. It's bold. And padding, let's say 16. Click the row, give it some padding from the top. Let's say 16. All right. Okay, so we have this. Now let's go ahead and then check out something else. We have a text here. It says sees all. 16. So we click on the row itself, add the text that says see all. It's I think it's 10, right? I think I heard myself say 10. I said 16. Okay, so it's 16. And it's grayish. All right, so grayish is this one. And so here, click on the row, click on this alignment, space between, and click on the text, add a padding on the right. So we say 16. And ladies and gentlemen, we are done with that one. And let's go to the next one. Now, this is another very cool part you need to learn. And that's this is a carousel, right? So it's a carousel that can swipe from left to right. So let's quickly see how we can do it. Now, this class is going to take a long time, right? So this freestyle class, it will last for a while. So if you can still stay on it and keep learning, then this makes you get to learn a lot of things just by watching. Right, so let's go ahead and then work on the carousel part. So carousel, what are we doing here? So what we're going to do simply is we're going to click on, what we're going to do is we'll create a container. And then inside the container, we'll put a list view, set the orientation to horizontal. Okay, so we will say this is column, click on it, add a container. Let's check out the size of these things first. So now observe me. Now the size of our container is going to be like the whole of these plus this space plus what we have here. So far, we might not really know what it is, but I will use the width of these buttons. I'll use it as the width of the container. So 388 is the width. Then here 197 is the height. Okay, so I'll say here 388, and then here I'll say 197. That's the size of the container, the big container. And then this container, you don't necessarily need to put a curve to it or anything. This is the container that you're going to put a list view widget. You don't need to give this container. In fact, I would advise you to remove the color, the fill color from this container, because list views have to be inside a container for them to be able to work. I observed that from experience. So let's click this to remove, clear the color, else it will appear bad. Later on, I'll put the color so that I can show you what I was talking about. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do here is click here or scroll down. Click here to add a list view. So we search for list view, the beautiful list view. So add it there, and right from the beginning, just change it to horizontal. All right, and then let's begin to add the card. So let's click here to add the container, and there we go. We have a container inside. Then what's the size of the container? It's 260 by 197. So we say 260 by 197. Okay, so that's it. This one has some curvature, like 24 corner radius. Okay, so I will come here and say 24. It even has some shades. So fill color, let's use this one. All right, guys, so we have this. This looks like it's lighter, but let's try this one then. Okay, yeah, this works better. So we use this one. Then what we need to do, we need to go ahead and then, you see, things are stacked on top of themselves. So this is definitely going to be a column. So I will click here to add the column. All right, so I add a column. Then from there, I'll start adding things inside it. So yeah, so text widgets comes inside that column. Okay. And let's copy the text. So it says here start of name, and it's 20. The font size is 20. So I come here and say 20. And then I paste it here, and then it's bold. All right, guys, so we have that. And then we will also click on the column again to add another text field. So it's gonna go under it, which is okay. And then here we add the industry. So this is 12. Okay, so we click here to paste it. And let's look at something else. Okay, we're going to, at this point, what are we gonna do? Let's go ahead and then we can just go ahead and duplicate this text again. So let's click on it, duplicate the text. All right, it worked. Then let's see, this is the last one here. So copy the seed, it's 12, right? Oh, this was 12 before, right? This was 12, I didn't change it. So this was 12, okay? And then this is 12 as well. And let's change this name here to this seed stage. Okay, so don't worry, we're going to arrange it. So inside this, okay, so now this is for this one now, this one is going to be wrapped in a row so that we can put other things inside it. So we'll wrap it inside a row. And then I'll right click this to put a container. That container is this small circle here. I think it has to be 4 again. So it's always 4, like 4 by 4. And it's this grayish color. And then I will add another, okay, no, not that one. click on this row, and then add another text. That's the text, and then the text says listed 6 days ago. The font size is 10. So click here. Font size is 10. And okay, so let's go ahead and then do some arranging. All right, so let's go to the column. This is a column that we have things inside, right? So let's give it a alignment on the left. So here we go, we're good. Then let's give it some padding. The padding is 16. Okay, so let's give it from the top as well, 16. And no, top is really longer. I don't know. Maybe something will be there on top later. I have seen it a lot in the design. I don't understand it. So let's say 90. Okay. Let's say 90. Do we have some spaces in between? Let's say 110. I'm trying to figure out the best 120. Aha. So maybe something like this. And then for this last row, I will give it a padding of 16. Okay, so let's click on this. Let's click on this column and give it. Let's leave it at 10. All right. So something like this. Then here, I'll just click on it, give it some spacing on the right 4, and click on here, give it some spaces on the left 4. Just okay. So something like that. This works, I believe. This works. So let's click on this and make it italicized. Okay, so all right, guys, we have these for our stuff, and I think this one, this padding below, let's say 10. All right. Okay, so something like this is okay. Then let's click on the big guy, the big container. No, this column here. All right, let's leave it at 100. I always knew it was supposed to be 100. Okay, so we have these here. Then let's go to this is our list view. This guy is inside this container. Let's click on this container, add the padding on top. Let's say 16, right? Aha, it's not working. Let's say 8. Or 8 is not really working very fine. So let's see. I want to give it some. Let's change this guy to. Sometimes you just keep adjusting this stuff to 90. Okay, so now I have something that looks like something I want to use. Okay, so I will go ahead and then click on this is the container. This is all of the container that's inside this view. And of course, list views have to have like different things. So I'll just say Control D to duplicate it. Now we have something here on the left-hand side. All right. So what I will just do is put some padding here and say 16. All right, so guys, we now have a carousel. That's how to do a carousel. Now you see this break here, right? It is created as a result of the big container that we put it. So this is the big container, and that's what is causing this break. Okay, so if you go ahead and then preview this, just to check out how it looks like, you will see this is what we have done so far, right? Really beautiful, guys. So this is it. That's the whole thing. Really beautiful. Okay, so we need to come put some. All right, guys. So there's something wrong. We don't have space on the left side. I think that's because of our screen. So click here to choose a screen. Use iPhone 13 Pro Max. And it didn't make any change. Okay, yes. Then let's preview it again. Let's close this. I think it should give us some space on the left and right now. Okay, guys, so yeah, we're good. So it gives us some space now. We're good. All right, so this is it, and this is basically. Don't forget, guys, this is wireframe, just wireframing. All right, then of course we'll add the colors later. So let's look at something else. Let's finish this whole entire design. From just learning how to do just one screen, I think when we are done with this screen, we can try to do another one if you guys are still on. But meanwhile, let me just stop sharing for now and see what's up in the other side. Um, okay, wow. So you guys are still here. Really cool. I hope you're learning or really. I hope you guys are learning this because UI is like very important when it comes to your project, right? And for real, I love FlutterFlow because it allows you to take into consideration like making some minute designs, right? So unlike platforms like Adalo, right, I'm not so strong yet with Bubble, so yeah, I don't think Bubble allows you to do like lots of customization like that, but yeah, I can use it pretty well. Okay, so wrap those in a stack and move the position with your mouse. Ah, Ivan. Okay, I wish I saw this. That would have made a lot of sense. Oh, so wrap those in a stack. All right, so guys, Ivan is saying wrap those in a stack. I don't understand what he means, but okay, I think he's trying to talk about how to make things overlap. Okay, oh, Ivan, we're gonna try this out, and I really appreciate you. So wrap it in a stack and move the position with the mouse. I don't understand that last part, but I'm gonna try it out. Adebayo, sorry about your network. Um, Eminiki, thank you very much. Okay, so let me continue sharing. Let's just keep learning. So we're going to be here as long as we want to be. So today's freestyling. So before I try that event suggestion, let me just quickly finish up this setup first. Then we try that. I don't want to spend so much time on that. So we have a recommended post and this. So this is gonna just be let's go to click here and then say oh sorry guys, we're not. What am I thinking about? Click on this to add a row. And then in the row, I'm going to add this text that says recommended post. The size is 24. Okay, so text. My system seems to be getting slow. I can feel the drag a little bit. Okay, so recommended job post 24, and it's bold. I like going really fast, but I think it's dragging me down a little bit. Okay, let's first of all say I've copied this. This is 16. I'm adding another text. And the text says, I paste it here. And then that's it. So I'll click on this and then give a space in between by clicking this alignment. Click on the text itself and give it some padding, say 16. Then click on this, give it padding, say 16 on top. Click on this, give it some padding, say 16. Okay, guys, so we have this situation. The next one is then we have something else here, like a card and a couple of things. So this is not going to be so hard. So this is a container. Then we have a row. I'll put these two things together. Then all of this. Okay, so let's go with the card. So this card is the height is really long. So 388 by 219. So click on this, the column itself, and add a container and say 388 by 219. Okay, really long. And does it have a color? I think I'll leave it as white as that. Then it has a border radius of 24, so I add 24. And the next thing I'm going to just quickly do is what do we do here, David? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and then add a from what I've seen here, it's a big column first. So guys, the big picture inside here is a column because things are stacking on top of themselves. So it's a column, and inside the column is 9 rows. So this is 1 row, 2 row, then the third row. But overall, it's column first. So let's go ahead and just copy this and go ahead and then add a big column. And then inside the column, I'm gonna have a row. Okay, so I'm gonna put a text inside the row. This is a text. Then paste it first. And the font size is 18 and it's bold. Okay, so it's 18 and it's pretty bold. And let's go ahead and then click here. All right, so now here is our row. I will just click here and say 16. And then here I will give it some padding 16. Okay, so looks like it. All right, then I will go ahead and click on this text. I'll just duplicate it and it stays on the other side. So I'll click on this to copy this. This is 16. So I'll tap on this now. Actually, if you observe, my system looks like it's getting slower, but let's see what we can do with this. So click on this and give a space in between them. And click on this and add padding 16. And yes, we are good. So let's go ahead and click on this container. Give it a padding above. So we say 16, just move it away from the trouble above. Then here we're going to do some, this is going to be a row again. So let's just, we already have a row here, so duplicate it. So it goes down here for us to see. Then here I'll say it's 12 and it's gray. So I'll click on this and then put all of it inside here. And then it's 12. So, and the color is gray. So I'll use this one. Okay, guys. Then I will, oh, it's not bold. So then I'll come here and then do a fixed budget thing. Let's click on this. Okay, not this. Let's just click on the row itself. Click on this, add a container. The container is 4 pixel by 4 pixel. And it is this color. All right. So what I just did is for the circle, this circle here. All right. So I'm gonna click on this and click on this. Come on, it's not selecting. Okay, so push it down. Okay. All right. So this guy has. Let's see. What do we do now? So we have this, and let's say this container. Okay. Why is this one running away? I don't know. Oh, it's running away because we're doing even spacing. Okay, so let's push this guy away from this other side. Let's push it away to, let's say 50. Yeah, so we're pushing it close to the other text. So 90. Yeah, something like that. And then let's click on the container and click this to turn it into a circle, and it looks like it. So it wasn't money, it was fixed budget, and it is 10. The font size is 10. So click here and say this and 10. All right, so it's going to be light, normal, and this guy is also normal. Normal. Okay. All right, so guys, we have this. Let's give some space here. Say 4. All right. So that's it for that one. Then let's go ahead and add another row here. So let's look at the big column. So this is a big column. Let's add a row. So we add a row, and in the row is the whole of this text. So I'll just copy it and scroll down and say text and paste it here. Now there's something you need to learn here. If you observe, the text here is a lot and it flows away from left to right. Okay, so I'll just give it a padding here, 6. Let's look at the font size. It says 14. So 14. Now, how do you make it to just flow down and get arranged the way it is here? What you just do is click on this beautiful button here. It allows expansion to flow down, okay? And follow the alignment in your project. So I'll come here, put a padding here, it says 16. And padding on the top, 16. And ladies and gentlemen, we are good to go. So here, there's some spaces below this, but later on we can make this space to be flexible such that if there's a lot of things, then it can go in. But here we already have here that says read more, right? So we can limit the number of characters that should be here and still fix this. So for this particular container, I'm going to reduce the height. I can just drag it to it. It's just okay. So I have that for that. And then, yeah, I discovered something, right? So for this particular navigation, right? So we're going to have to create different navigations, because if you observe, this is different from the other navigation. And this place might likely be such that the user can scroll. But if at all we are sure that the user shouldn't scroll this place, I don't think so. This is going to be a list view, kind of, right? So it will be bringing out a lot of things from outside, from database. So it definitely has to be scrollable. And if that's the case, I found it difficult to fix this. So we'll have to like create the navigation around it. Okay, so but we will just leave this for now and then look at another design. Okay, so before we leave it, let's go to Ivan's suggestion. He said we should wrap the, how do we do it? Let's wrap this. Okay, so we need to wrap this particular container. All right, let me see. Where is that container? Okay, so this is it. Everything that makes up that stuff is inside here. Okay, so we need to wrap it up. And he said, I don't know. Let's see, right click on it. Wrap widgets with a stack. Okay, now I've done it. I've wrapped widget with a stack. What do I do next? Then drag it. It doesn't show anything here. Stack properties. So there's a stack property here. So can I do negative? Minus. Minus can't work here. Only numbers. So minus doesn't work here. Height. Okay, so let's look at this again. What did Ivan say? Yeah, Ivan, it doesn't work. Yeah, stack works very, very well. Okay, so wrap those in a stack and move the position with your mouse. It is important that stack to be the parent of the elements you're going to stack, and you want to see overlapping parents. Okay, so I will try to figure that out. This is the row. Okay. Okay, I might have to experiment on these like later, right? So wrap it in the stack. This is the row, right? No, it's not. Click on this one. So this is the stack. Drag it with your mouse button. Okay, guys, so I think I'll later on just like try to go through it and experiment on it. But so far, so good. Let's move to the next thing. Or later on, I'll just try to reach out to Evans and then see how that can be done. Okay, so let's look at it. we have another design here. And so guys, this is the one I haven't tried before, and so it might be a bit rocky. And I think we'll just try it and then see if it works. Then we end the class. Yeah, it was more like a freestyle class. Okay, so I believe you've learned a lot just from us working on this. And let's create this new screen now. So let's come here. The screen is called Startups Listing Mini. Okay, so I copy this. I click on this and add a new screen. This and say Startup Listing Mini. Click on this, take this off. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, what do I do next? Okay, so click on this, and I have some components that I already saved, so I'm going to use it quickly. Just the arrow here. So click on this, remove the, let's say, arrow. Okay, so here, and change the color to black. All right, so we have black. Then here, I'm gonna have to put a text, then do some basic setups. I know I would have duplicated from the other end, but let's just quickly do it. It doesn't hurt. Let's say here, and add a text, right? And then click on the row, add the container. The container is grayish, and I think it is 40 by 40. So we say 40, we say 40, and it's grayish. Let's use this particular grayishness. And then we turn it into a circle. Okay, then let's just click on this and export it. Export the funnel, and let's click this guy, startups, and we will use it. For then, let's just go ahead and complete this one first. Let's add an image, and then I think it's what size was that? 20. I think it's 20. 20. So 20 pixel by 20. And what else? Okay, so I will change this from network to asset and go here inside the system to get this out of it. Okay, so then that is not showing very well, so you have to wrap it inside a row or a column, anything, then align it. Okay, so click on this and spread it. Click on the row here. Okay, this is a container. Okay, I think it's fine. It's perfect. Then here, I think, did I copy it? I think I did copy it. Startups, and voila. So what's the size? The size is 16 and it's bold. So I'll just need to make these bold. We're done with that side. Let's go ahead and then do these. So this thing is called a swiper, right? I think it's called a swiper. So let's go search for it. Let's click on the column and then try to add it. I haven't used this stuff before, but it's called Swipable Stack. It's really cool, right? Okay, so it's the opposite of what our product designer did. I hope he didn't do it in many places. He used it here again. Couple of spaces. Okay, so how do I do it such that it's gonna be around? Okay, so guys, we're going to have to just switch things around a bit. Okay, so here you go. The design is a little bit opposite. It's like a reverse of it. So I haven't used it before, but I will try to see if it's. I don't know if it's customizable really. Drag content here. You are able to totally customize this widget. Drag a card design here to get started. Drag a card design to get started. A card design. Okay, so we have these features here. This one's, can I check these things out? Uh, where do I see the, hold on. Things are changing. So I don't know if I can customize this, but they said I should drag something inside. Okay, so I'll drag something inside. So what do I want to drag inside? I want to drag a row inside. So add a row. Ah, now it has disappeared. It has disappeared. So let's go. Let's just follow. Let's just keep working on it. Maybe I will see it eventually. Let's see. Click on this. Is there anything like show? Okay. So, or is it hiding? Let's make this column scrollable so that in case something is hiding, I'll know. Let's make this column scrollable. All right, scrollable. I can't even make it scrollable. I can't make that column scrollable. So let's preview it first. I just want to be sure I'm doing the right thing. Okay, so I am definitely not doing the right thing. Look at it. Oh, I am. Why is it like this? Okay. Maybe it's not so wrong after all. Let's see. Let's add. Let's just add something like it's told us to. Okay, so here is going to be a row. So it said I should add a card. So I added a big row first. So let's delete it first. Let's delete this. Swipable stack. Okay, so technically this is how it looks like when you're previewing it. Right, you can just swipe things like, okay, it can jump up. That was why it was following me around. Okay, so this is pretty cool. All right, it's pretty cool. Let's see how we can use it. Okay, so I think it says here drag contents here. You're able to totally customize this widget. Drag a card design here to get started. Drag a card design. Okay, so a card design. Let's go ahead and then just add a card first, like a real card, and let's give it a color. Okay, let's give the card a color, a big deep color like this. Okay, so I have it like this. Then let's go ahead and then add a row. I just want to observe whether this is what it means. A row, and this is it. It's 14. Inside the row, I have a text, and I can paste this. I can change this to 14, and I can change this to white. Maybe this. Okay, so and this as well, I'll click on this and add a container. The container is going to be this guy, so it is 72 by 72. It's a circle, and it's 72. Inside the circle is an icon, so I'm gonna add an icon. Icon says arrow. Okay, so now I might not see this exact arrow for my work, so Control Z, undo. I need to just get this exact arrow, and that arrow is 24 pixel by 24 pixel. So instead I'll add an image here, and 24 by 24. Change it from network to asset, upload image. And then here you go. All right, then add this inside a row, wrap widgets in a row and center align it. Okay, guys, then I'll click on this, click on the real row itself, and spread it. Then click on this, click on the container, and say 16. Click on this, and say 16. Okay, so I just wanted to add one part and then observe what is going to happen. Um, okay, it allows me to actually. Oh, okay, so guys, it works. It's just that. Okay, so it works, but I think the basic thing is that I can just do the swiping. It doesn't follow the original design. So how many designs can I add? Do I need to do any other thing? So let's look at what we have here. This is the big card. Then we can add, okay, let's just try to see how we can achieve this. And we will try to duplicate it and see if we can have stuffs at the back. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, maybe that's how it works. So let's see to the end, guys. So 24 pixel by 24 pixel. So this container. The corner radius is 24. So now we have something like this. We're getting close. All right. So here we have a container. Then we have a row. Okay. So hold on. A row. Okay. So this is a row. So this is a container. So we need to add something inside the container. So we're adding another row that has this image holder and then this. So let's go ahead and add. Click on the container itself and add a row. It says here about to replace the widget inside of this container which already contains a row. Okay, now the reason why that is happening is because we failed to figure out that these things are stacked on themselves. So it's actually a container, right? So uh, okay, so this is a picture here. It's supposed to be for if you click here and then it plays, right? I like this. So let's go ahead and let's see. What do we do? What do we do? Let's go ahead and this row and everything is no, not this one. This container. Okay, inside this container, let's wrap this row with a column. Right, wrap everything in a column. Okay, so yeah, now you see everything goes up a bit. It flies up there. So here we go here and say 16. All right, so 16 might not be good enough, but let's start with that. Then we'll add another row here and let's add a row. Okay, so we've added a row. The row has an image and a text. So let's go ahead and add an image. And the image is, let's close this first so I can be switching quickly. This is 28 by 28, so I'll change it to 28 by 28. All right, guys, we're going to close this class in the next 10 minutes. Okay, so that's it. So yeah, I know I've held you guys for so long. So then what I like doing is I have this black image. I always copy image of black stuff. Then I just paste it. Okay, so then the border radius, I just say 360, makes it a circle. Okay, so then I click on this row and then I'm gonna add a text. Then I come here. Oh. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I think my system just blinked. I saw blank. Okay, so I hope you guys can still hear me. And then here's hello world. And I'm gonna change this to it's 16. Change this to here. Okay, so 16. Is it bold? It's not bold, but it's white. Okay, so we click on this, change it to white and use color. Okay, so click on this image, give it some padding here, so 16. All right. Okay, so then we can give this entire row some padding from the top, let's say 200. Yeah, something like that. Give that big space. So we're almost done. Just to add a couple of things. Let's click in here and give it some padding, 8. Click this and duplicate it. So, all right, so this is this, and let's give it 8. Okay, so this is gonna be startup name, and I'm gonna click to delete this image and use this for my startup name, and change this to 16. Startup name is bold and it's 20, so change this to 20. And then change this to bold. Okay, so we got that right. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. All right, so then we will copy this and paste it here. My system is beginning to slow down, guys. I can't wait for us to finish so I could restart it. So here, 14 in regular. So here we say 14, and it's not bold. You can just say normal. Here, normal is like regular. Then click here for it to fill up, and then say 16. Okay, so we're very close to finishing. Then let's it's still saying normal, right? Normal. I think let's not say normal. Let's say light. Okay, so let's go ahead and then duplicate this one more time. Uh-oh, that's not a really good way of doing it. We're supposed to duplicate the row, not the text. So then here is the seed state, and that's 12. Okay, so here we put this here. All right, then we will duplicate this and put this one here, and there you go. Okay. All right, so here you go. This is font size 10. All right, so what next do we need to do here? This had a space here. Let's just give it 4 instead of 8. This one had 16 as a space. Let's say 4. But what's giving it the huge space in between? Okay, so I think it's because it has this uniform spacing thing. So okay, so now that's a little bit weird. Seed state 4. Huh. What is in between it that is spacing them apart like this? 6 days ago, 16. Okay, so I don't understand why. I don't understand why we have these spaces. I think it has inherited something I can't explain. So I will just quickly delete it. Add the text from scratch. 12 and so 12. Okay, so font color is white. Then push this to 16. Okay, so after this is a container that is 4 pixel by 4 pixel, and it's round, and it has a space on the side 4. Okay, and then after this is another text. We're almost done, guys. Another test that says here, access 6 days ago, paste, and it's 10. So I think from what you've seen me do, you see how I fix difficulties. If it doesn't work, I just create it from scratch. Yeah, because sometimes the time you spend trying to figure out why it didn't work, you would have used it in starting all over again. So, all right, guys. So we have this. The next thing I need to do is these buttons. So I will go ahead and download this. Thumbs up, and this one as well. And okay, so now we have a row. We need to put a row inside here. Need to put a row inside this. It's our container, a swipeable container. So actually not just swipeable, inside the column. So we click in here and we add a row. Inside the row, we're going to add a button, and the button size here, the first one says 173 by 72. So 173 by 72, and it's like, I think maybe something like this, right? Maybe not purely white, a little bit around this one. All right, maybe. Then change the font color to black. Okay, and then the font inside is 16, so we're fine. And it says show interest, so let's copy it and add it here. The border radius 56, so I'll scroll down and change it to 56. Okay, so we have this. Let's click on the big row and give it some padding on the top, 16. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is click on this, add a container, and that container is going to be these circles. It's 72 by 72. This is where it brings us to the end of our design, 72 by 72. Okay, so inside this is going to be an image, and that image is going to be the size of what? I think 24 by 24. So 24 by 24. Okay, so from network to assets, upload image, and we have I think which one comes first? I think this. This, it's gonna cover everything. So you right click, wrap it in a row, and center align it, and you go. And just give the container the same color like the other one, just for uniformity's sake. I don't know, I think it was this one. It's not this one. It's this one then. Okay, so this works for us. Then duplicate it. Right, so there's some space in between here. So let's begin to do some adjustment. Let's click on this big button, give it some padding here and say 16. Let's click on this button. Nope. Container. Yep. And give it some space, 8. And just click on this container. Give it some space, 8 as well. And then let's change the icon inside it. Click on this and then add this one inside it. So we have this. Okay, guys. All right. We're almost there. So we have let's see, this big rectangle. Let's push it down a bit and say 270. Yo, let's give it up for 290. Yo, I think 300 does the magic. Yep, that's it, guys. I think there's gonna be some other thing here. We're not done with the design. So here is the last part, and it's outside the swipeable. Uh, it's outside the swipeable widget. So let's click on the column. It's outside it totally. So we click on it. Add a row. Okay, so that's it. Add a row. Wow, this is swipe left, right, blah blah blah. Okay, so I think these arrows will not work. They're not text, so they're icons. So what I will do is I will just pick them up myself. Okay, so it says they're lines. Can I download them? Uh, they don't have a thickness. No, I will use something else. I'll change a little bit here. So swipe a text, text here, then icon, then text, then icon. So basically, let's see. Let's give it a text. All right, so this text says swipe. It says it's 16, and padding here is 16. All right, guys, 16 there. Okay, so swipeable deck. Okay, swipeable deck covers all of this. Imagine, and it doesn't allow you to scroll. Okay, so then we have an icon, then text. So let's go ahead and let's add an icon. So uh, icon. So the icon is gonna be an arrow. Yeah, they're not very long. That's why I didn't want to use them. So, but let's use it. Icon. What's the size? Guys, I'm going to use 20 for this. Okay, so 20. I will say 8 to space it a bit. Swipe. Then click here to add text, and then the text is gonna be what we have here, and it's 12 and it's bold. Okay, so paste it here. You see, I call these things out in my mind so that I don't have to be referring to the design all the time, and it's great too. So, because when you repetition is like the mother of memory, so you say it, you hear it, you remember it. So here I can just go ahead and add 4 as the space here, then click on this, add another icon, and this is going to be for right. We're done, guys. Then after that we check out how, oh wow, I have this arrow. I never knew I had it here. Okay, so let's change it to 20. So why didn't I see it for left? I said let's see, what did I, okay, I did, hold on. So let's say arrow. Guys, I'm looking for the one for the left. Looking for the opposite of this. Why can't I find it? And that's the problem. Why can't I find the opposite of this? Right, right. Everything here is right. Why can't I find wrong? Okay, no, that's not fair. And I can't swipe it, like change the orientation. Oh, come on. After when I just saw what I needed to use. Okay, guys, let's go back to what we were using. But this is like the correct icon I'm supposed to use. I think later on I'll find ways to change it. So right. So right. Okay, so let's say right, and opposite of right is what? Front. Not like opposite. I'm trying to find another word, a synonym for it. So right. Okay, so can we get back? Can it be found in? Guys, we figured it out. We figured it out. We're so smart. figure it out. So click here and say back. So I think we got it here. That's it right there. It's a little bit different. Back. Okay, so if that was back, let's say front. Not front. Forward. Forward. I know they're not just naming this thing properly. All right, so let's leave it there. At least it's close to what we need. So then navigate between pages. Okay, so this is the last one, guys. Really the last. And after that, we check out what we have done. Okay, all right. I really hope that you have learned a lot of things from this, and you're even inspired to build something extraordinary. Because yes, we are also trying to build something extraordinary here. So I'll make it italics and click on the row and center align it. So guys, we're done with our design. Let's take a look at it. All right, so at this point is the moment of truth. This is where we look at what we've done. Now, this thing here is covering what we are doing here. It doesn't allow for, but we have something here. It's beautiful. We can swipe. But now this is covering what we were doing here. So what I could easily do is either take this off. Let me say, I'll save this component as a template so that in case I need it, I'll call it swipe. Yeah, so swipe. And then I will now what I need to do is close this. I need to click on the main column. The main column, start of listing. Then I'm supposed to make this column. It's not allowing me to make it scrollable. I think maybe when you're doing swiping features, you're using this swiping deck, something. It doesn't allow you to scroll through, so you might need to take this off. All right, so and then close this. We're done with our freestyle class. Let's just check it out and see how this works. Okay, so now this actually does work, but oh, I get it. I get it. We are out of okay, so let's I don't know the real size of all of these things, but let's go to this guy and change it from 300 to 250. All right, let's leave it like this, right? Let's go ahead and preview it. All right, so sometimes you just have to like think about it and see how you can. All right, guys, that looks like it. That looks like it. That looks like it. But we still have some problems with padding here, and I think that's gonna be because of our phone. We're already using iPhone 13 here. So why doesn't it? There's a lot of space here. So why doesn't it show properly? So there'll be lots of tweaking, I think. Let me close this things. There might be lots of tweaking, a lot, I think. So, but now the last thing I wanted us to check was, let's go to the swipeable deck stack and duplicate it. Aha! Now it is turning into something else. Okay, so now I don't know how to do it. Control Z. How do you now do it such that it can change? It says here top card with fraction, middle card hide fraction. There are lots of things here that I will have to come back and study. And of course, I'll teach you guys. Okay, so let's stop there today. And it was really nice having you guys here. Okay, so, all right, so we've had the class for almost 2 hours. Okay, so Solid had to say, let me check out others. Although it may not work. Arrange them as you Peter with a one to be on top. Okay, so guys, I'll screenshot this. I'll check this out in my practice time. Okay, yeah, hello everyone was offline, didn't know there was a class. Betan, this was just it's not like a real class, it's like a freestyle class just to anybody that wanted to join. Sorry, Chica, sorry. You can rewatch the video, it was really nice actually. You could learn a lot of things. So Solihat, you could wrap the whole in which circle progress bar and continue in the stock. The whole in which circle progress bar and the container is in the stock. Okay, I think I will try to see if that might work. I'll try this out. So when you query the document, it automatically stocks. Okay, so you said it will work like Tinder. So when you query the document, it automatically stocks. Okay, I think you might be right there. Not like you duplicated. So I think so. So I will try it and see how it goes. Okay. All right, guys. It was nice having you attend the freestyle class, and see you at the FlutterFlow competition. And please get ready. It'll be very simple. It's going to be a very simple project, and then you get it right. Okay, guys. See you in the competition. Have a great evening.